today is Billy Hogan, the CEO of Nepra Foods. Billy, good to be catching up again. It was just before the end of the year, I think, Q4 that we spoke. How are things?
Things are wonderful. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
No, it's good to be talking to you. I wonder if you can perhaps just set the scene for this year. What do you think this year is all about for the company?
This year's about growth. The last 2 years have been about, fixing the fundamentals of the business and working on how we can really have a base of creating value for the shareholders. So this year's going to be about growth.
Good. So you're already generating revenue, aren't you? How would you like to see that sort of grow or transform this year?
Yeah, so our revenue, we're trying to keep up with demand. To be honest, we're working overtime, we're working the weekends. We're trying to keep up with the customers, their needs. We are expecting great things this quarter. We continue to get better every month. In the last quarter that we announced, we were up 48% in our revenue and 32% in our gross margins. We are very big on cleaning up the fundamentals of the business. We believe that valuation matters, and valuation and clean fundamentals with a really exciting story in an industry that's booming, can create the perfect storm.
Excellent. So just take us through at the moment what products are sort of live, or as you say, you're launching the pasta and the baking. I know Chadwick we spoke to before. He comes very much from that baking space, right? So if we can just perhaps take us through what product lines at the moment are live, working, and making revenue for you.
Yeah, so we're selling our pasta and food services locally to kind of keep our finger on the pulse there, and it generates revenue. We're redoing our packaging for e-commerce to make it more appealing to customers. Okay. Called Pro Pasta before, very athletic feel. We're softening it up a bit, and we'll have that live here in probably then I would say 6 weeks.
Okay, so you've got the pasta going. And on the baking side?
The baking side, that's kind of our wheelhouse, right? Chadwick's one of the top bakers in the whole world, and he creates products all the time. So we might as well put them in our own bag and tell our own story. And it obviously increases the margins, so we have more room to play with the quality of the ingredients. So we can actually give premier products at, wholesale, really strong prices.
Excellent. So it's pasta and baking at the moment. What would... could you give any idea of other things in the pipeline? I don't know if what you can say or not on that regard.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies expanding out in the plant protein space. They're expanding into beverages. They're expanding into bars and other categories. We're looking at the same. We've been in talks with companies for about 7 months, and we're finalizing some things that we hope we can get to the market soon.
Okay, we'll have to watch this space on that then, I guess, until you can announce it. But I mean, the appointment of Cotter there, what was the rationale behind his appointment? What will be his role, really?
So, his role coming in is obviously the director of ingredient sales for the company, but he has a very strong background in the hemp industry. And that's kind of Nepra's mission, as Chadwick has mentioned, is we really want to take over hemp in the food space. And our chairman, Mark Retzloff, has opened some really significant doors for Chadwick in that regard. And Chadwick's given a couple of presentations to some really, really powerful agriculture companies here locally that we hope to announce very soon.
Okay, good. So building on the existing revenues there with the current products that are live and launching new products. So, I don't know. Where would you like to see the company in 6 months' time, let's say?
Balanced. Right? The industry is growing naturally. To give you an example, the natural channel, there's a company called Sprouts. Just a few years ago, there were about 180 stores. Today, they're about 404, and they have plans to go to 1,400 by 2030. So what we saw about 15 years ago, where conventional was getting into the natural market, and they were really doing it in supplements and vitamins, and since then, Walmart has become the number one seller of organic produce in the U.S. So as that migration tends to happen and the new stores grow, we're seeing a demand for, just from our own standpoint, we're having our customers grow organically. They're launching new SKUs, they're opening new stores, new channels. So as we pick up new customers, we need to figure out how we're going to balance ourselves. Yeah. The one thing we can rely on is our own forecast, doing things in-house. Is there anything, locally that we can get into as far as the U.S. that doesn't have tariffs attached to it? So we're looking at a lot of commodities locally. We're in talks with a lot of different industries to see how we can kind of balance the business. So I think we're going to, our forecast is really strong. We're really excited about what we've done. We've turned the corner. We're coming into profitability, and now it's about creating balance.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time. Billy Hogan, the CEO of Nepra Foods.
Thank you. Have a great day.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.